Hello everyone, I am Mr. Chabalala and today I'll be delivering a lesson on the sectors of the economy. So before we continue, let us look at our prerequisite knowledge. So in the previous grade, you were introduced to entrepreneurship and you were told that an entrepreneur it's someone who starts a business with the aim of making a profit. So today we'll be looking at the sectors of the economy of which an entrepreneur can venture in. For example, an entrepreneur can go to the primary sector, an entrepreneur can go to the secondary sector or the tertiary sector. So this is some details, more details about the sectors of the economy which an entrepreneur can look into. So we'll start with the primary sector, which is a sector that includes economic activities directly related to the raw materials and the natural resources. It involves activities such as agriculture, forestry, fishing, mining, and extraction of raw materials. So in this sector, we are dealing with mining, we are extracting. So when we say we are extracting, we mean that we are taking out from the earth. We are taking the minerals from the earth, and we also take things such as the agriculture, which involves crops, livestock, your farming occurs in the agricultural sector, and also the fishing. You will see when you go around, you will see that people are fishing around. That is the primary sector because that will be processed and be used in the other sectors that I will mention. And the primary sector is focused on the production of basic materials. So these materials, they are basic, they are in need for the production of final goods. So we cannot produce final goods without the basic materials found in the primary sector. So it is an important sector that deals with the extraction and taking out from the earth. I hope we all understand and we can move on. We then move to the secondary sector. As we can see from the image, it is a sector that has the manufacturing industries. That is where they cook, that is where they transform these raw materials from their natural form into a finished good that will be consumed by the consumers. So the secondary sector comprises of activities involved in manufacturing, as I've said, processing and transforming raw materials obtained from the primary sector. So the intersection between the primary sector and the secondary sector is that the primary sector provides the secondary sector with raw materials. Then the secondary sector, it will process those raw materials into finished goods. So that is the interrelationship between the two sectors. This sector includes industries such as construction. So when you see a construction worker, when you see someone who builds the roads, they build houses and they also build your bridges, those people are involved in the secondary sector. So an entrepreneur can venture in this sector and also go into manufacturing, energy production, and utilities. For instance, the oil refineries, they are involved in this sector. The oil refineries, they process and they transform oil into a finished good that will be used. It involves the conversion of raw materials into products that can be used by consumers or other businesses. So the secondary sector doesn't only provide for the consumers, but it also provides for the businesses. As we can see, that it does not only provide for the consumers but also the businesses. Oh, excuse that. Then we move to the tertiary sector. The tertiary sector is a sector that is also known as the service sector. As we know that we have goods and we also have the services. So services are those intangible products that we pay for. They are intangible, We cannot see them, we cannot touch them, but we pay for them. For example, when you go to a salon, you will pay for the services that they offered you. You cannot see, you cannot touch, but you feel. When you go to a restaurant, when you go to your hotels, you will get that hospitality. You receive a service. Then the tertiary sector also encompasses activities that provide services to individuals and businesses. So here in this sector, this is the final stage of the three sectors. In the primary sector, the product was extracted in its natural form. In the secondary sector, it was transformed. Then in the tertiary sector, the product is now sold to the final consumer as a finished good that was taken from those two other sectors. So it involves a wide range of industries such as the retail, hospitality, healthcare, education, finance, transportation, telecommunication, entertainment, and professional services. So as we can see that the retailers, your shops that you get your final goods, they are involved in the tertiary sector. Your hospitality has to do with your catering, your hotels, B&Bs, they are all involved in the tertiary sector. They are providing a service. Your healthcare, education, your teachers, they are also involved in the tertiary sector. The finance has to do with the banking. So these are the industries that are found in the tertiary sector. If a question comes to you and says, list the industries that are found in the tertiary sector, you know that you have to list these industries. You do not have to confuse them with the secondary sector. Then the tertiary sector is focused on providing intangible services rather than the tangible goods. So it also focuses on services as I have listed. So I hope that we all understood the three sectors of the economy that an entrepreneur can look into, and we can now go to our activity. Then as your home activity, you will define the primary sector. You will list any two industries that are found in the primary sector. You will define the secondary sector, list any two industries found in the secondary sector. I hope that is clear, and I hope that we all understood the work and we are all